Hey everybody, Jim Chester here, coming to you live from day 2 of the ChiroThin Forum down here in Clearwater Beach. I have Dr. Sean McCaffrey here with me. I didn't even prep him on what we were going to talk about today, but we've just been talking off camera for the past 10 minutes or so, and I just got off the stage ripping it up inside that room.
Tore it up, brother. Tore it up.
If you guys didn't make it here for ChiroThin Forum 2019, make sure you punch your ticket for next year and get down here in 2020.
Absolutely.
But before we jump into this, let's just say a couple nice things to Jason and his team for bringing on such a great quality event.
Yeah, you know, Dr. Strothhide did an amazing job putting this together, and it's the speakers, the people that are here, how they're giving back. That's the key. They're just, it's amazing to be in there with so many great minds that all have that same idea in place. They all have that idea of benefiting the profession, benefiting chiropractic, taking it to that next level. It's outstanding. It's really a great thing to be part of, and I'm so thankful for him and his wonderful bride to do it. It's been a great thing.
So let's talk a little bit. Yesterday, Dr. Sean spoke, and I didn't get a chance to see him. So let's give them a little bit of a inside secret of what you covered yesterday. You know, because I heard it was good.
Oh yeah, well, it was outstanding, right? That's how this works. You know, the big ticket to it is letting people understand, you know, my roots. I come out of the DD camp. I came out of DD Palmer's camp. That's where I was, you know, trained from. That's my grandfather, my uncles. We came out of that. I've had it in my family for over a century. And so that mindset was DD believed, look, man, whatever you do to that body that's positive and beneficial to it, that's chiropractic. And so that's where I started. I went through this. I said, look, guys, we're going to change the world, but to do this, we got to know how, and we got to know what's out there for us and what's available. So I really got into understanding nutrition and how you can use that to benefit a patient's body. After all, it's one of the 4 laws of the body, right? The law of nutrients. You got to have those. And so I shared that with docs. They all were like, oh my gosh. And it was so simple, so easy. It's stuff we all can do. You don't have to have a degree in biochemistry. You just got to know the building blocks of this thing, and amazing things happen.
So I had dinner with Dr. Sean last night, and he was telling me about how he goes through and decodes where the subluxation is by looking at the blueprint of a person's biology.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, no, you can do amazing things. You know, I run a lab, and then we do something called an IUP. It's an integrated urinalysis panel, and it is a snapshot into a real-time snapshot into that body. And what it's telling you is okay, where's my body spending its energy? Where's it spending its resources? You can literally look at the map. It's a guide, right? It's a body audit. You can go through it, and it'll tell you, you better start looking at this level. You better start paying attention at that level, because the body's giving you clues. You just have to know how to find them and how to look at them. And once you see those clues and they unfold, it's really, really easy to open that lock, and the body heals.
And see, that's just it. Is we have to look at the cause of what's giving people trouble.
Absolutely.
And it's kind of like if you don't have a good, healthy bank account, what do you need to do? You need to go find yourself a damn accountant that knows how to save you money and teaches you how to invest your money and things like that. It's the same way with trusting a chiropractor and a health practitioner. What you want to do is you want to go to somebody that you know, you like, you trust, and then that has the ability to help and the ability to serve.
Absolutely.
So let's tell people a little bit about this ChiroThin program and why you find it to be so beneficial for the people you work with.
We know the ChiroThin program, what's so unique about it, it's a very scientifically backed weight loss program. That's what you're doing with this thing. And so that's the concept behind it. Because you're looking at a population that you have 70% of the U.S. population is overweight. 40% of that 70 now is bordering on obese, which is 30 pounds or more. So we all are seeing these people. That means 7 out of every 10 people that could potentially walk through your door have this as an issue. And if you're dealing with structural mechanical problems and knee problems, ankles, feet, back, neck, think, wait, does that have any impact on it? It's huge. It's huge, the impact it has. And you can help someone alleviate that. Not to mention blood sugar problems and diabetes and heart problems and blood pressure and all these things. They all go with this. So the concept behind the program is to say, okay, can we take science that we all love, right? Can we take that scientific and apply it to real world physiology? And so when you marry, in my case, the IUP to the ChiroThin program, all of a sudden now I've got something that's got a lab that's backing up and validating what it can do. And the weight loss results are phenomenal, and you don't just lose the weight, you keep the weight off. That's the ticket. Anybody can lose weight. There's nothing to it. Keeping it off, understanding how the body works and what it does allows it to do amazing, amazing things. And I've been doing this since 07, 08, so I understand it really, really well. And we get phenomenal results. You will not come into my practice if you want to lose weight and not lose that weight. And it's a guarantee. on everybody.
So I know there's people out there right now that are saying, pump the brakes, pump the brakes, pump the brakes. They're talking science, they're talking about the art, and they're talking about this philosophy. How does weight loss fit into that whole realm?
Well, it goes back to this concept. You think about, okay, if you look at the 4 laws of the body, the 4 physical laws of the body, right? There's a law of nutrients. The body has to have parts to function. It's when we give it too much, we break that law and bang, we get judged. That's how it works, right? So you look at that thing and you think, wow, that makes sense then, that I've got to have the raw materials and the parts to do this. Now, I'm not talking bunches of vitamins and supplements. I'm talking macronutrients, right? We're looking at basic, simple things. We're looking at proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. How do you eat? Can you balance that diet? And if you do that, the body now has building blocks. So when you're adjusting, when you're stabilizing that body, when you're clearing subluxations, when you're doing that work, you've got the raw material to help it build. And we've all been there, right? We've all been there where we've been, gosh, you're adjusting something and it just doesn't want to hold. It doesn't want to stay. Nutrition is the glue that holds the body together. The adjusting is how you put it together, but it's the glue that keeps it there. And man, you glue that thing right, amazing things happen.
And that's the thing, is we have to decode what is going on in that one person and treat them individually, because there's not anyone else like them. And you have to understand what the components are broken and how can we repair them and get them to be the best outcome, period.
Absolutely. We're all unique, and that's something that I think, when you look at certain health fields, medicine, when you look at their field, they like to pop that umbrella and say, everyone under the umbrella, that's what we help, and if you're on the outside, it's too bad. That's not what we do, right? The chiropractic profession for a century has been taking every individual and treating them as an individual. You're a unique piece. You're a unique person. None of us are average. I consider in the whole room of all these people around and say, hey, how many of you guys are average? You're not going to see a hand go up. We're all better than average, right? So you have to treat your patient that way. And if you respect that about them and you treat them that way, that's when you get the miracle results.
Yeah, and see, that's just it, is when you come to an event like this, you don't only get the chance to see the amazing speakers on stage, but you get to go have dinners with amazing people, build fellowship with people, build friendships, share the secret. You get to share your secrets with people, which I said on stage. It could be that one thing, just that one thing that somebody will tell you that will unlock your future. Yeah. But if you don't show up and you don't become present with what we're all doing together, then you're going to miss that one thing that could change your life forever.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The thing I would say that, we see the speakers and they're amazing, right? And all the information they have, and you're captivated by it because you're like, wow, it makes such sense. It's common sense. It's not difficult. Everybody that I've watched through this weekend has done such a great job of saying, look, guys, this is hold your hand, paint by numbers, how to be the best you can possibly be. But it's outside that moment, when you're at dinner, when you're sitting around having a coffee, when you're enjoying each other's company. It's those late night
That's the
talks.
magic.
Oh my gosh. Dr. Napudi and I were sitting there last night. We were talking till 2 a.m, right? Catching up, sharing stories back and forth, and just brainstorming. And it's amazing, all these things that start popping in your head. And you're like, oh my gosh, you're catching as much as you can and stuffing it in that bag for later. And just this morning, all the great stuff. And I can't wait to see what today is going to bring, because it's mind-blowing, and it's such an amazing experience and a great thing to be a part of.
So let me ask you a question. I didn't prep him for any of this, by the way. What's next for you?
You know what? I'll tell you, man. It's been a crazy whirlwind year for me. I got to speak at Harvard recently, and that was unbelievable. It was something I did not expect. Next thing I know, a couple that we met at Harvard said, hey, do you want to come down with us and enjoy some time with some friends of ours? And so we did. I'm at Jimmy Carter's birthday celebration. I'm going to church with Carter. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting here with the President of the United States. It was crazy. I just, we're going. This is the thing, man. We're doing this. We're joining up. We're joining forces. This group of doctors that are here, we're going to change the profession. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do what it needed to have done to it probably 40 years ago. And we're going to take it back. We're going to take this thing to another level, and we're going to rock star it out. And that's where I plan on going, and that's what I'm doing this year. Awesome,
man. Well, I'm going to give this amazing man a big hug.
Thanks, brother.
And I'm going to close out. Thank you once again, Shannon and Jason, for bringing us all together for this amazing event out here in Clearwater, Florida. It's star-studded. The amazing content that's being delivered up on stage, the fellowship in the hallways, the late-night chats, all that stuff only happens if you show up here. So I'm going to close out by saying you guys are just one story away. Keep hustling. We'll see you guys on the next one.